I am representative of Collinwood for YouTube Joel Saints. That is my buddy Alan Gallant. We are here to review The Big Country, starring Gregory Peck, Gene Simmons from the 1991 Dark Shadows revival. She
Yes.
she played Elizabeth Collins' daughter. She also played Naomi Collins. Uh, this movie it also has Chuck Heston, Charlton Heston here. Uh,
Gallant Houston.
that's right, bro.
Let my people go.
Go. That's right. Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Damn dirty apes. Five.
That's
That's 10 years in the future for
uh,
us.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Yeah.
Yes. He speaks. He speaks. He does.
Thanks, right, right. Oh my God, the careers these people are going to go on to have.
That's
Uh,
right.
Burl Ives is here, who's also a
Uh-huh.
singer, by the way.
Burl Ives was first known as a folk singer, and
Yes.
he played a guitar player and a folk singer, and did tons of work in the early folk movement in
Hmm.
this country. And but then became an actor and took off like a rocket with I believe his first really good notices was like a year or so before this one when he did Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and he played Big Daddy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He really talented actor too,
Yes.
not just a great singer. Uh, Chuck Connors is here before the Rifleman. This is
Yep.
before the Rifleman,
Like two
so
years before.
yes, yes. But he was really known for uh, character movie parts, like not just this, but he had a movie part in an army movie with Burt Lancaster.
Mhm.
So Chuck Connors was all over the place from a film standpoint, but he would become a huge television star as well with the Rifleman.
And for those who want to know the history of Chuck Connors, he started out as a professional athlete. He
Yes,
played for
yeah.
the Cubs and he played for the Celtics, both. So he was a big, tall, athletic guy.
Hmm. Uh, Cinematography is by France F. Planner here. Music is by Jerome Moros. Distributed by United Artists. How about that United Art? Look,
Yeah.
one day westerns are going to really bankrupt the United Artists because they make shitty westerns. This is not a bad
This
western
is
at
not a
all.
bad Western at all. Plus, they're going to recover by distribution rights
Yes,
to 007 too. So,
yes, yes. They'll Bond will bail out somebody again.
yes, yes, absolutely. Several studios will get bailed out by James Bond
Yes,
over the
yes.
years, different distributors, and of course now there's an I think the home video and streaming is MGM now. I think for a lot of those movies, so they yet another studio.
Yes. Release dates. This was released way back when, August 13th, 1958, Atlantic City, baby.
Yep.
Uh, but box office, there's no budget for the, it does not list the budget. Box office, so it's $3.5 million, US and Canada, plus rental. So this movie made money.
Yeah, I think probably the budget for this movie was low enough so that they definitely made some money.
Hmm. Uh, so I picked this Western for several reasons. Number one, the scenery, the locations are amazing. We have
Epic.
Blanco Canyon scenes were filmed in California's Red Rock Canyon State Park,
Yeah.
in the Mojave Desert. The ranch and field scenes with Greeny were filmed in the Sierra Nevada foothills near the town of Farmington in Central California. The Snow Ranch was also used for the pilot of Little House on a Prairie. You also, as well as additional Little House episodes in the following years, other movies were filmed on the Snow Ranch, including Sam Whiskey, Burt Reynolds' Coast to Coast. Let's see, Dean. Okay, wrong name. But today, the Snow Ranch is a working cattle ranch, and it's 103rd third year, 153 years. Sorry, I'll get that right. I promise.
Yeah, so it had always been a practical ranch, even when it was
Yes.
being used as a film location.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
scenes here. That's one of the reasons I chose too. I saw this as a kid with my grandfather. It is a classic westerns. And hey, number three, this is my former school teacher's favorite western movie. So shout out to Miss Christ,
Hmm.
to her. Uh,
Cool.
great western. Alan, when did you first see this, man?
I actually probably first saw this movie on television, and it was probably cut substantially because
Yeah.
it's a 2.5 hour long movie. It's an epic, but it was probably cut down. It's like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that for television. So I probably missed out on some of the elongated chase scenes and things like that. But it's probably a teenager sometime in the 70s, I think.
Yeah. I watched this on Tubi actually. So
Well, this is the first time I've seen it in years. I mean,
really?
yesterday and finished it up today. So.
Yeah. I watched all this on Tubi yesterday. Rewatched this, I should say.
Hmm.
But when I watched this as a kid, man, commercials do you would think would hurt this movie, but I gotta give AMC credit. The way they spaced the commercials out, it was like you got the first hour of this movie and then a commercial break, which was rare back in those days.
Yes, it was. Usually every 20 minutes you're going to get hit.
And then you got this really long commercial break.
Right,
And
right.
then after that, it was every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So I give them credit for doing this way back when. Now, if you really want to see this movie, obviously streaming services have this, but I would recommend owning it first of all because we're both physical media guys.
yep.
Two, if you don't own it, TCM shows this movie on occasions. Record it and watch it in its entirety. I our mutual friend Butch Rosenbaum has always said in his opinion Gregory Peck is a Western Batman and could play Batman. Guess what? This movie backs that up tenfold.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's he's a secret stud basically, and he wants to keep it that way.
Yes.
He
Pretty.
breaks the horse in private and he swears the Mexican servant to secrecy, and then he has the
Yes.
fist fight in private. The whole thing is all about that, and you know, but that's the one thing about this movie that's kind of unique. He's a even though he's surrounded by people and even some romance, he's kind of a loner in his ethics. He's like the guy that wants to make peace. He's a good guy, but he's not a nice guy. In other words, he can defend himself. Um, Good guys have they refrain from violence, but they're capable of it, and this is his character. He absolutely abhors it, does not want to use it, but he is capable of using it when he's pressed.
Absolutely. And in every way too, he's very modest. He proves his points more to himself than to other people
Hmm.
because he doesn't feel he has to. He's not he's not your typical. This isn't a John Wayne character that you
No.
would see usually, and because it's not John Wayne, it is Gregory Peck. And so that's what I love about this character too. He doesn't now I say he doesn't use a gun. At the end of this movie, there's a duel, but really, it's not really a duel in a sense. I mean, Peck's character doesn't shoot at the guy.
No.
Chuck Connors' character, but so I love the fact that he doesn't use a gun. He'll use his fist to settle dispute, but he doesn't settle it in front of people. He doesn't
Right.
feel he needs to have to. But what I feel what makes this movie too, other than just the country view and the big landscape we get, is they make the landscape a part of the storytelling literally with the plot because you have two sides fighting over water and who
Hmm.
controls it.
It's a lot of real cowboy ethos. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, really great. And Gene Simmons's character at first is you get the sense. with her character too right away that she's been stuck in the middle of this feud for a long time.
Yeah, and she's tired of it.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
hugely tired of it. Yeah, and she's highly suspicious of anybody that, and she doesn't want to hear it. She's like, just come and take the water and go away. Because she made a promise, and her father made a promise that
Hmm.
he would make the water readily available. But then the major decides that the other family are a bunch of scumbags and that they got to go and they're animals and so on. So we're going to take over everything, because he's sort of a and although he has the moral bearing and all of this sort of thing, especially at the beginning of the movie, it turns out he is the guy that's really doesn't have a leg to stand on when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because Gregory Peck's character, the character's daughter in question goes east and meets Gregory Peck's character, and
She's a
they get
tenderfoot, comes west.
yeah,
Yeah.
tenderfoot, right? Comes west. An Easterner comes west, so they call him a tenderfoot because he is. But he's nothing to be trifled with either, too, as we've mentioned. Um,
Spent a
so she,
lifetime on the open seas. He's been a mariner,
yeah,
so
yeah,
he's led a tough life.
yes, he has. He's very tough. And considering this, Gregory Peck, the older actors like Gregory Peck, Fonda, they didn't have to yell. They were believable in their tone of voice, their
Hmm.
posturing, their selling, their blocking, if you will. And what you have here is Peck's character is engaged to her, so he comes out there, and right away everybody's judging him because he lets the Hennessy's tie him up. He figures, hey, they're just fooling around. He lets it slide,
Right,
and the major's having none of it, as you've pointed out. You know what? Lewis Edmonds's Joshua Collins would be very proud of the major,
right,
right? Right.
right. Guy who can hold a grudge forever.
Yeah.
Uh, and the whole thing is he points out very early and continues to point out to the major that you're using this as an excuse to
Yes.
go after these guys because you really hate these guys.
Yep. This is not about me. This is about you.
Yeah.
And he points this. I like how when he points it out later, it doesn't sound like he's just repeating verbiage.
No.
He's saying, look, this is between two old war horses, two men. This
Hmm.
isn't about two families. This is about two men.
Right.
And it goes deeper than just water or land.
Yeah.
And I feel just the fact that they wait to the end to do that makes this movie all the more worth it when you watch it over and
Sure.
over again.
You also
Because,
see the journey that Leach takes from being an
yeah,
absolute loyalist to questioning the morality of this
hmm,
and finally saying, I can't do this. I can't kill for you anymore. I can't do this. I can't do that anymore. You're going too far.
hmm,
And that all happens after, of course, he has his run in, um, with McKay,
hmm,
and
Jim McKay.
once that happens, there's a respect and a respect for his point of view because he realizes the guy is not a coward. So he
Yeah.
respects that. He respects the guy can stand in his own convictions, and that sort of changes him. So Leach gets a chance to sort of think things over, I guess, which is interesting. Because early in the movie, I had this funny thought when I was watching when they at one point they're just talking, and Leach is challenging him at every turn for a while because he's kind of got the hots for the daughter, and I keep thinking to myself, I'm Charlton Heston, and my voice is going to go as low as it possibly can until I beat you, and he's I. It was only 4 years ago that I parted the Red Sea, and next year I'm
Yes.
going to win a
Right.
chariot race. You know, and it's kind of that thing because that's Chuck Heston. He's just, he's Chuck Heston is a movie star, and the fact that he did this supporting role was interesting too. That he was between big lead roles at this point in time.
Chuck was never afraid to take risks with his career, ever. And
I don't. I think he was pretty secure at this time. I mean, he
yeah.
was an A-list star. He could do anything he wanted to.
Hmm.
Um, probably wanted to work with Gregory Peck.
Yep,
Thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to do.
you
Um,
are not wrong on that. He did want to
yeah,
work with
yeah,
Peck actually here,
yeah,
but again, he's taken a backseat not to just Gregory Peck, but to Gene Simmons as well.
yes.
Chuck Heston's name is not listed the first or second name.
No.
It's listed way down there. Now Chuck
Yeah, because
Connor's,
I mean, there's also these other guys, and Carol Baker is in it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Carol Baker. Here's here's the daughter.
she does a good
Uh,
job as a Flibberty Gibbet.
yes,
She's such a spoiled little girl
yes,
who's
she's more Carolyn than Carolyn.
she is, and I mean he at one point somebody, I don't know if it's McKay or somebody, says how many, how, oh no, it's Gene Simmons' character Julie, and she says to her, she says, how many times does he have to prove himself to you?
Yeah,
Because she's like constantly wanting him to fight somebody or say
yeah.
something right or do this or do that, and she storms off when he won't do it. Uh,
Mhm.
but he also, part of his ethos is, look, I don't need to say these things. You take me for the way I act and what I do, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you who I
Mhm.
am. You can see that for yourself. I mean, essentially, that's what he's telling
Yeah,
her. So,
I really love because to me, so many people try to steal this movie. Uh, Bill Ives does steal this movie in every way.
oh, what was I think he was nominated for an Academy Award for this performance.
Yeah,
Supporting actor, I think. Yeah,
yeah, and man, he does his entrance into this movie is so good. They're having that beautiful dinner ball
yeah, yeah.
at the house,
Comes in with a
and,
shotgun or
and
what?
shotgun through the double doors, and
Yeah,
it's so good. The way the cinematographer Franz Planner shoots this, just like he shoots this whole movie to perfection. Every scene is shot to perfection in this
yeah,
damn thing,
yeah.
including that one.
Well, this is also the scene where you get the Ives character's moral center. He's
Yes.
talking to him about their feud and who he thinks he really is. That
Hmm.
he's I respect gentlemen, but you're not a gentleman. You're just
That's all
dressed
right.
up like one. It's
like how like how Charlton Heston he's ready to like fight anybody at the drop
oh
of a
well,
hat
yeah,
that insults the major. That's
yeah.
what makes his. I love Chuck's character for that in this movie. It's like he's
Hmm.
ready to throw down
Yeah,
anything.
he's the guy that was, the orphan kid or
Yeah,
whatever, that was taken on as a ranch hand when he was a kid. So he owes the major a lot,
yeah.
uh, up to a point, and then he realizes this is crazy, this is too much. But up to a point, he just totally owes him everything that he is. So yeah, he's totally defending her, and that's another reason why he probably feels like, and he probably ends up with the daughter. He probably ends up with her. So
I swear the developers of Red Dead Redemption 2 copied Charlton Heston's motto from this movie to their game. Not, I don't know if they really did. I'm joking, but
just
the reason I say this is because like he's ready to fight at the drop of a hat.
yeah,
Like if they insult the major, that's how most of the PCs are in Red Dead Redemption. If you bump into them, they're ready to fight you. Or
yeah,
if you try to rob them, now you can't just point a gun and rob them. You have to hit the rob button.
yeah.
And what the game does is it rolls invisible D&D 20 to see if
Okay.
you're going to get free stuff or buckshot. And newsflash, it's usually you're
It's
going to
usually
get
buckshot.
buckshot, right? So I mentioned
Low percentage move.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, very much. So in this movie, sorry, I had to go off on a little tangent there, but this movie, again, the scenery, I love the canyons, uh, the passageway we see, the Mojave Desert, obviously
Yeah.
very beautiful,
Beautifully shot.
beautifully
Absolutely.
shot, and the lovely little towns we get. They make the country, the big country, feel all the more bigger.
Hmm.
I think the sets and stuff, the ranches are filmed small on purpose to make, not that they need to be,
No, but it's just to underscore the fact that, and people are talking about this is a big country to McKay, as you know, it's like, yeah, I know, I've been on an ocean or two, and
Yeah, so, the ocean ain't small.
you know,
But
but
they're
yeah, they are underscoring the fact that literally the title of this movie is The Big Country, and we're going to show it to you.
absolutely, and they do a great job of showing the
Yep.
scenery here. What's what's some of your favorite scenes in this movie, Al?
I really like the um, I the fight scene is really good because you can see it, almost see it coming, but at the same time, you don't exactly know the outcome first time you see the movie.
Right.
Um, but it changes both of the characters. It really changes Leach. Eventually, he makes him
Yeah,
really think about what's going on, and that this guy is not to be discounted after all. He's not just some tenderfoot from the East. He knows how to handle himself.
that's right.
Um, so I really like that one, and I really the there's a couple. There's really a lot of pauses in this movie that work really well. They don't. You wouldn't think that they would, but these really great pauses, and a bunch of them take place during the conversation between Julie and McKay when he's talking about I don't want to take this deed under false pretenses. I'm not. It's not a wedding present anymore. I'm keeping it.
Mm.
And they're just looking at each other, and you can tell there's something going on there. And later on, again, when he rescues her, that sort of plays out again. But there's a lot of just sitting in silence, just kind of communicating with their eyes to one another,
Yeah,
and that's really great stuff. That's really good. That's acting stuff for me.
yeah.
I enjoy that stuff a lot. Obviously, there's some great, some action sequences, and
Oh,
stuff that where they're running through the canyon, and and all the stuff that happens in the big climax and the big battle that happens, and the all of that stuff is really good too. But those sections, those two sections, the fight and then the stuff between Julie and McKay, probably my favorite scenes in the movie.
that's something I love about this movie too, is the blocking the actors and actresses do. They don't portray anything and give anything away in the same
Yeah.
sense. You never guess what the characters are going to do. And that's what makes a great film too, the unpredictability of your characters. Especially James McKay too, Gregory Peck's character,
Hmm.
like him deciding to break that horse when no one's around. You're like,
Right.
wait, like even though like I saw this before, it's like it's still shocking to this day.
It's a
And
really
then
good.
him going off by himself, it's like, really, dude?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I mean by he's essentially a loner
Yeah,
in that respect. It's not that he
yeah,
avoids people. It's just that
right.
in that respect, he accomplishes things by himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I love some of my favorite scenes. I love the scene when they're looking for Chuck Connors' character, and he's getting out
Oh
of
yeah.
the
This is
house.
where he's established that he's kind of a coward.
He's a coward. He's a chicken shit.
Yeah, he
But
is.
but who? He's also a bit of a heel too. He's
He
not.
is. He's a dangerous coward.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can
He's
be,
a dangerous
yeah.
coward. Which Chuck is so good here because he again here's a guy who's played heroes too and who's gonna
Hmm.
play a hero. It's like, but Chuck can sell so greatly to being a coward.
Yeah.
It's like, and he gets away for a guy his size, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
He's
It's
that
interesting.
good
Yeah,
of an actor.
and he's kind of he's sleazy to Julie because he has an
Yes.
eye for her and all this sort of thing. So this guy is just
Yeah, the cinematography of not just the land, but the choreography of the fights, from the
yes.
fights between Peck's character and Heston's character from the smack Connors gives
Hmm.
Simmons, really well done. Because
Yeah.
again, it's everything's about timing in films, and you
Hmm.
have great timing in this movie.
Yeah.
I love Ives's. Are you blind, boy? Do you not see they're in love?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, like,
Yeah.
yes, and
No, his character, even though he's caught in the same obsessive vendetta as
yes,
Major is, his character has more wisdom about him.
yes.
He's just rougher. He's just a rougher character. That's all.
He's seen so much stuff. Like Ives sells it too. That he's
Hmm.
seen so much. Like I've seen it all. Like he has
Yeah.
sort of. He's Simmons. Him and Simmons. Like Simmons has seen a lot, but Ives has seen more. Like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? In a sense. And so I do love all that. But I obviously my favorite thing is the scenery. And I love Gregory Peck's just even though he does again he doesn't yell, he doesn't scream, but his performance is so meaningful as a good guy because he's the ultimate moral compass of this movie. Here's these two feuding men that have literally dragged all these people into their feud, their own families, especially Ives, and
Hmm.
then you have the major who has brainwashed up basically in a sense people but who have worked for him but they're starting to question him. And you're right. The biggest importance of this movie is the fight between Heston and Peck's character in every way. I love how Heston's you take a long time to say goodbye. Okay.
Yes. But then he says to him, "Well, I was hoping I could do it sometime soon, like now,
Yeah, yeah, like now.
right?
Yeah, the makeup is really well done too on their faces with the fight.
Sure.
So the effects and makeup are really well in this movie. Um, I've never seen this. This movie is in color, so it's not in black and white. And it should not be in black and white. Wise decision to put this in color,
Well,
especially
with
once.
all that scenery, holy
Yeah,
crap!
it, it,
Yeah,
this is not again. Last week, a
this
week
is a
ago,
this is a Technicolor type movie.
right? A week ago, I reviewed The Gunfighter with Butch. That's a movie you could put in black and white because of
Hmm.
the sand and the grainy look you want to get. Here,
Right.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta have color for this scenery, and they do a
Yeah. Absolutely.
great job. Uh, Gene Simmons here, great actress,
She
man.
really is, and she got recognized for it in pretty early on. She's actually a British actress, of course.
Yes,
And her first big movie, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was in the 1940s, and it was with Laurence Olivier in Hamlet, and she played Ophelia. So, I mean, she had some definite chops going to get into an Olivier film because he directed that film as well as starred in it. So he would have probably cast the film, or at least most of it. Um, so she had some good stuff going early on in her career, even before she came to Hollywood.
yeah, yeah. Olivier's Hamlet. You're right. 1948. You are correct, sir.
48. Okay. Yep.
You are, but you are correct. 1940s. You're correct.
Yep. Yep.
So it covers that. That's right.
I used to have a couple of stills from that movie, actually. That's
Cool.
how I knew that she was in it for initially years ago. When I was a teenager, I ran across a couple of stills of that somewhere. I can't, ended up with one or two of them in my possession, and one of them had her in it. I know that.
See, see, Alan's not cheating. I am. All my shit's pulled up.
I will go to the phone when I need to. I keep it well hidden here most of the time, but I will go to it on occasion.
I literally have Gene Simmons's biography.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's like- but oh my god! But
Uh,
yeah, this great scenery, great directing. Scale 1 to 10, we give them
oh, I give this movie it's a big time 10 or 12. No
yes,
question. It's a great movie. It's
yeah,
really good, and of course, our friend Gregory Peck is heading up a stellar cast with his usual very good performance. And of course, he was well known at this stage in his career, and for most stages in his career, for these kind of um, uh, I won't say subtle performances, but reserved performances where the strength
yeah.
is there and he doesn't have to, like you say, shout it out or do any of that sort of thing. It's just there. He just has presence.
But and he's gonna be another guy who was not afraid to take chances. We reviewed the Boys of Brazil
Right,
from Brazil,
right. Which is
uh,
which
the
is probably
Omen.
one of his most histrionic performances, where
Yeah,
he really gets a chance to kind of go crazy.
mhm. The Omen. He takes a again. that's a huge roll of the dice for Gregory,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it's a genre change. It's
yeah,
a completely different genre than he had ever done. He'd never done
yeah.
kind of the horror genre before.
That's what I forget who it was said this. I'm trying to think of the actor's name, but he was in Return of the Living. Clu Gallagher said this,
Mm,
that Western actors, as they got older, drifted into horror because it was sort of helping pay the rent or pay their bills because
sure.
they were getting work.
And they didn't have to
Uh,
get on horses anymore.
yeah, and they didn't have to. Yeah, Clue said
You
that.
know, when
He's
you
like,
get in your 50s and 60s, it's not,
he,
you don't want to do that anymore.
he did the. I think it was the Tall Man where he played a funny Billy the Kid. He was a
Yeah,
comedic Billy the
yeah,
Kid. So,
yeah.
but
Also, Rory Calhoun was a Western actor back in the day, and he ended up doing Motel Hell, which is
yes,
a satire of horror movies.
yes, absolutely. Did you see we got our horror plug in? There we go.
Yep, absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
acting's acting, man.
that, that that's
Go where
it.
the
Like
money is.
you can't be nitpicky, right? If
Well,
you're
horror's legit, but for somebody in the Western genre and another genre, it would be taking a chance.
yeah, you would be too. That's the thing. But here's the thing: when you think of actors like Chuck Heston who did westerns too, Planet of the Apes isn't horror, but has horror elements.
It does, and so does Soylent Green, and
Yes.
definitely the Omega Man.
Yeah,
That
we
is kind
do.
of a horror film,
Yeah.
horror action, I guess you'd call that. But
No, yeah, but you're
yeah,
right.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This movie is a 12 straight.
Yeah,
Great scenery, great
I won't
directing.
argue with that. Yeah.
If you have not seen this movie, go buy it, go own it, go rent it, uh, go watch it on stream. It's really, really good.
Mhm.
Um, anything you want to add before we go?
It also has elements of Greek tragedy in it for anybody that's
Yes.
interested in that because of the obsessions of these guys have that inexorably lead them to this final showdown. It's great. It's fantastic. So and of course Shakespearean elements in it. Two feuding families, that kind of thing.
Here's a question for you, Alan, before we go, because I do agree with Butch. Like actors like Gregory Peck could have played a Batman. Do you think the older actors, because again, their face was money, right, in front of the camera?
Absolutely. They established.
Do
Yep.
you think they didn't maybe like if they would have been offered Batman, if Peck would have been offered, if maybe a Chuck Connors would they have taken the role? Do you think?
It's possible. It's absolutely possible.
Yeah.
They're both all American types, really, when it comes down to it. And those two guys are physically appropriate. You don't
Yes.
have to have a big, tall guy doing it. It makes it
Oh.
easier, makes it a lot easier. And um, in that era, they probably would have had to do it in the 50s or early 60s rather than later. Uh,
Mm,
in order to be the right age for it and everything else and have the sort of athletic stamina for it. And Chuck Connors would have no problem with that because he was a
yeah.
former athlete. So um,
Charlton Heston or
Heston
Gregory
could have,
Peck.
yeah, Heston had an athletic build until he was in his 60s. I mean, he kept himself in really good shape.
Yeah.
Uh, and so, those guys, yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
Absolutely. Uh, that has been Alan Gallant. I have been Joel Saints. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Collins Porch After Dark, is going to be in the description box. And yes, link to Patrick McRae's Dark Shadows Daybook and Bounce going to be in the description box. Go pick it up if you haven't already.
I have copies.
Yes, yeah. I have the digital copy.
That's a copy, man.
There you go. I've crack open that thing on freaking Amazon, man. Um, tomorrow, Star Trek.
Back to Star Trek.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I
Back
gotta
to
find.
Shatnerisms.
Yes, yes. Back to Star Trek. You have a good night, Alan.
Take care, man.
Take care. Have a good one, buddy.